Good evening and welcome to the Vernon Township Supervisors meeting for June 1st, 2023. We'll start with prayer and salute to the flag. Supervisor Snyder will lead us in prayer.
Bless us as we gather today for this meeting. Guide our minds and hearts so that we will work for the good of our community and help all your people. Teach us to be generous in our outlook, courageous in face of difficulty, and wise in our decisions. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, Amy.
Maloney.
Here.
Stone.
Here.
Smith.
Here.
Snyder.
here.
Wagner.
Here. Okay, at this time, open for citizen comment. No citizen comment this evening, okay. Approval of minutes from the Vernon Township Supervisor Community Development Block Grant hearing, May 4th, 2023.
I'll make that motion.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone not in favor? Thank you. Approval of the minutes from the Vernon Township Supervisors meeting of May 4th, 2023.
So moved.
Second. Motion second, all in favor?
Aye.
Not in favor. Finances. Motion to direct the treasurer to issue checks for the approved vouchers due for payment. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Not in favor. Motion to ratify payroll for the employees from April 23rd, 2023 through May 20th, 2023, and the supervisor's pay.
Make that motion.
Second. Motion and second, all in favor? Aye. Not in favor? Thank you. Other correspondence? Chief Police report?
Yes.
Taking care of that, Rob?
Yep.
Thank you.
All right, so total calls for the month, 199. Year to date, we're at 732. We had 7 traffic accidents this past month, 13 traffic stops for vehicle violations. We had 2 citizens assists. We had 2 ordinance violations. They attended 6 criminal court hearings, and for total miles traveled in the township, it was 2,158 miles. Things Randy wanted me to mention for tonight were road rage. It's still a problem. You know, when you're out there, be cautious what's going on around you. Try not to have any road rage. Scams, they're still occurring. People are still getting these letters in the mail, phone calls. Make sure it's on official letterhead. If you get a phone call and you're even questioning it, it's best to terminate it. They're going to contact you on official letterhead. Please watch your vehicle speed and keep a safe distance from other vehicles while traveling. Continue to keep your vehicles locked. We are seeing occurrences every once in a while where people are, helping themselves to unlock cars. And finally, school will be out soon, so please watch out for children. And then with that, Randy has submitted a letter to the Township Supervisors, and I'll read that now for you guys. I wish to thank you for allowing me the privilege and honor of serving Vernon Township and its citizens since January 10th, 1997. I can't believe how fast time travels. Due to recent changes in his personal life, I cannot continue to work 40 hours a week. Since we don't have a part-time position for police chief, it's time for me to step down and retire. My last official day of work will be August 23rd, 2023. Once again, let me close by saying if I can be of any service on a part-time basis, please contact me. Thank you, Chief Detson.
That's unfortunate, but good for him.
This was a late addition to the agenda since I just received the letter today, so I think we should make a motion to amend the agenda to include this. You guys can make a motion to accept it.
I'll make a motion to amend the agenda.
All in favor? Aye. Okay, we can amend the agenda and,
And we'll now just need a motion to accept the.
right. So we need a motion.
I would move to accept Randy's resignation with regret
Personally, I just wanted to extend my thanks for all his years of service and everything he's done for this community. He's done a lot.
I'll second that motion with the comment that Randy and I have worked together on many, many different issues, and he's always been a true professional.
Sure. Rick, Fritz, anything?
No, I'll say something maybe at the end of the meeting. It's just,
We're talking 26 years. I'm sure Dave remembers when it came.
Yeah,
Remember-
geez, I worked with him probably for 22 of those years. I probably hired him. Not to think about it.
All right.
I do want to make one comment back on his 199 calls that the police did this month. And I assume traffic violation construction, is that in the construction zone? I mean, like 9 people are stopped? I mean, you know, everybody speeds through construction zones. And here's proof that some of them are getting caught. You know. It's on that last page, 2 of 2.
Page 2 of 2.
Yeah.
Oh, that would have been in regards to when the 98 bridge was shut down.
Oh, okay.
They were doing traffic stops on both
Right.
Van Horn, as
Yeah.
well as PennDOT instituted a temporary stop sign at the intersection of Harmonsburg Road and Cussawaga Road, so it'd be in regards to those stops.
Because I hadn't seen that appear that great on this report ever. Just wanted to notice. Good.
Good service.
No, I shouldn't look for the big numbers. Yeah, what stands out.
Yeah. Okay, moving on, road report, Joel Stone Road Master. Motion on. Oh, I thought we did that.
No,
We
that
just
was,
had a motion.
that was a motion to say we need a vote.
Oh, I thought we were gonna do that. Okay.
He said,
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we're gonna do a
School call vote on second zone.
by name, or we want to just do? Just do. Okay. So I have a motion.
I motion to second.
To accept Randy's everything. Right. Okay, all in favor? Aye. Regretful updates. Now we'll move on. Road report, Joel Stone Road. Thank you.
yeah,
You have Joel.
All right, good evening Supervisors. Road report for June 1st, 2023. We completed the crack sealing program, and I'm not going to bore you with all the names of the roads. If you look at the next page in your packet that Robbie put together, those are the roads that we crack sealed this year. We started the first round of bird mowing, in the process of switching out all the LED traffic signal heads at all of the traffic lights that we have. Replaced the driveway pipe on Cutter Road. Cleaned and fixed ditches as needed. Dawn pointed out one that happened at some point in time. Somebody cleaned out a ditch for us, so we went over and straightened it back up again. And so when you guys are out traveling around, if you see something, it happens at night. We're not on every road. Please feel free to let us know, and we'll go out and address it. Cleanup day was a success. Our tonnages were down a little bit from previous years, but we still had 204 vehicles go through cleanup day. Roach Park, Ron Coleman came in and replaced the pump and also welded a new casing onto the top of the well for the restrooms by Shelter 5. We cleaned the restrooms and then opened them for the season. Installed a lock box for the pickleball equipment down at the basketball courts. We've hauled in some mulch for the flower beds, and the volunteers have started, putting the mulch around the flowers. It's really cleaning the place up and looking good. Removed some dead trees and some limbs that were hanging here and there, just trying to make the trail and the park itself safe. And the last thing that we have is the John Deere 5080 tractor. That's the one that just has the deck that just drops down. The drive shaft that comes off the front of the motor to the hydraulic pump ended up spinning the splines on it, so we bought a new shaft and we bought a new coupler. We took it out today and we're still having problems with it, so we're going to send the hydraulic pump out just to make sure the hydraulic pump, there isn't something internally going on with the pump before we ruin another shaft and another coupler. So we're in the process of doing that. The crack sealing program took majority of our time, along with the berm mowing, so it's not a real big report. Like always, would like to thank all the volunteers down at Roach Park and everywhere else that, make Vernon Township a great place to live and work, and hopefully continue to get people to come in and recreate. Reiterate what Randy said, school's just about out, so there's gonna be kids playing, people need to slow down, just take your time. That's all I have, Supervisor.
Questions for Joel? Okay, thank you, Joel. Thanks for going above and beyond at the Road Park and everything. That's huge. There's a lot of good people down there, but they're limited, what they can do, cut down trees and things. So, thank you. Administrative and zoning report, Robert Horvath, manager.
Good evening, everyone. I'll start off my report with the zoning side of things. The Planning Commission met this past month and reviewed the Tidal Wave Auto Spa land development plan. This project is waiting MPDS permit approval, and that once we get that administrative complete letter, it'll come before you for approval. Hopefully next month. If not, it'll be in August. The zoning hearing board met and convened to approve a setback variance for a garage on Huff Road. We continue to see residential zoning permits for construction throughout the township. Commercially, the Verizon store is moving along nicely. Starbucks is moving closer to completion. I would anticipate Starbucks opens before Verizon, but at this point, I'm not really sure. We anticipate construction to begin soon on the Mod Wash car wash behind Sheets. There's actually a pre-construction meeting scheduled for that tomorrow, so we'll get some more info then. We're in various stages of land development, but several other projects, and continue to engage with developers on projects that are working towards submitting for land development approval. It's busy, but it's a good problem to have. Administratively, the majority of the municipal roof project has been completed. The first payment for that is actually on this month's bills due list. They should be back soon to finish the project. So far, it's been smooth and efficient. Alex Roofing has been easy to work with. I'd like to thank the road department for their work in the parks. It's been good to have them down there doing those things. And with all the restrooms open, the temporary restrooms will be out of there here shortly, and all the shelters are filling up soon, so if you haven't gotten one for the year, you better book it soon. All the playground equipment has been ordered and is on track for a September installation. Finally, with Chief Detzel's impending retirement, just wanted to thank him for all his years of service to the township and for his advice and friendship over the past 8 years I've worked with him. That's my report.
Thank you, Rob.
Yep.
Any questions for Rob?
I do. McAllister's Deli,
Yes.
which is gonna be first, Starbucks or that?
I would bet there. I'd be pretty safe to bet on Starbucks.
Wow.
Nothing to build.
I can fill you in
Yeah,
on
but
the
oh,
calendars
really?
on my report, yeah.
Okay. I was curious because
Yeah.
it was a thing and then it wasn't a thing and then it's been kind of
It's still a thing.
It's still a thing, it's just a long drawn out thing. Okay.
There's been a lot of activity on the land development front the past couple of days or weeks.
Joel touched on the cleanup day. The cost, was it about what we're looking at?
So this year's, the total cost was $4,141.80. Something we've kind of talked internally about with, Amy keeping track of the cars and stuff. She kind of had it by hour. When it gets closer to next year, we might want to discuss actually cutting it back a little bit. Really, post 1 o'clock, we don't see very many traffic. The thing there is those are repeat customers who you really do want to clean up their property. So it's a little bit of, is it worth it to stay open? And also, we haven't utilized the third Packer truck the past 2 years. So is it time to maybe cut down on that Packer truck and only have 2? With that, internally, we've talked by doing some of those things, potentially like every 3 years, we could offer some electronic recycling because we would have some savings built up from not doing those things. Then every couple of years, so it's maybe we might be taking a little bit away from the traditional cleanup day, but every several years, be able to add something else. Something we want to talk about probably when we get, early next year, we can kind of decide how we want to do that. But
So they're not really on an on-call basis, you order up however many you think you're gonna need?
Right, we ordered 3 trucks.
And then you pay tonnage on top of that.
Right, but you can't run like, okay, we're gonna take 2, but have one on the back burner kind of thing. 2.
We've done as many as 4. So I remember sending them and then you want us to come back and it's like, yeah. So it's, I mean, over the years, we've seen it kind of decrease, like you just said, after one, and really slows down. But we're cleaning up the township too. It's interesting to see when someone's, like you say, coming in 2 or 3 times and they bought a place and now there's all this rubbish out back and they're cleaning it up. That's what it's all about. So, were the cost up much? Like the tonnage and everything from last year?
Yes, costs have been up, and then also with like every Packer truck, it's a $50 fuel surcharge. A Packer truck's $950, then it's $1,000 for each truck. You know, so we could save $1,000 a year by cutting it down to 2.
Yeah.
You know, we cut our hours back, probably less chance of needing that 3rd truck also. But then, like I said, if we want to, because I truly feel this is one of the biggest things we actually give back to our residents. You know, I mean, this is a nice service that we provide. So then maybe we can every couple of years spruce it up a little bit by offering, you know, the electronic cycling or something that, you know, household hazardous waste, some of those things that people do want to utilize, but unfortunately we can't afford to do it every year because of the cost. But you know, if we do some things, we might be able to make it work. So some food for thought for later.
Okay. Thank you, Rob.
Yep.
Engineer report, Ashley Porter.
Thank you, Chairman and Supervisors. Rob stole most of the reporting. So there's a lot going on in land development. You see action with the stores that Rob mentioned. I always like to mention the stuff that you don't see as much, with Post being one of them. Dad's, Ainsworth, Smuckers, now Post. They continue their construction. Railroad construction is nearly complete. The project we started. They'll be doing bin, which is storage of grains project that's starting erection. Will go into next year, so we have a couple of years of construction and ongoing into next year for that facility. And the McAllister's Deli, which has been conditionally approved, is working through the checklist of items. We're in our 3rd review of the project, and I think the only outstanding thing that's holding up is their PennDOT HOP permit. They've addressed all the comments. They're ready to record plans, and I spoke with them as early as this week, or as recently as this week, and they're pursuing that. So the McAllister's Deli project is planned, and the frequency of their call indicates to me that they're really getting ready to go. And as we discussed in a work session, the Vernon Place project is going to come to life here shortly with the developments that you've approved in the previous submittals that were made with the TJ Maxx, the Copa development, and forthcoming developments which will be before you shortly. So good year, and we'll see more construction open up as the summer goes on. I'll have the report.
Awesome. All right, moving on, solicitor's report. I'm sorry I didn't get your name before the meeting.
That's
Your Jeff's
okay.
daughter, correct?
Yes, Jacqueline Millen.
Okay.
Yep. So thank you for having me, supervisors. Schaefer Law Firm is working on a number of issues and projects with Rob, and hopefully we'll have an update for you next month.
Okay, great. Thank you. Moving on, new business, motion to approve Beeville Medical Center, Vernon Place, RCAP Infrastructure Improvements Phase 2.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second that. All in favor? Aye. None in favor? Okay, this, we went over all this in the work session. Motion to approve Vernon Township Ordinance 2023-01, volunteer firefighter property tax rebate and earned income tax credit.
So moved.
Second.
And second, all in favor? Aye. All in favor? Motion to approve Vernon Township Resolution 2023-09, requirement for volunteer firefighter property tax rebate and earned income tax credit.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Not in favor? Thank you. Motion to approve Resolution 2023-10, non-uniform employees' wage and salary.
So moved.
Motion,
Second.
motion and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Not in favor? Okay. Motion to approve the Kerrtown Community Center heating, ventilation, air conditioning project utilizing the Kerrtown Fund to the amount of $11,373.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Motion and second, all in favor?
Aye.
And not in favor? Motion to approve a 3-year contract with Road Bodies to provide pavement assessment and documentation to the township.
Roll call.
I was gonna say, we'll do a roll call on this one, Amy. I need a motion now.
I'll make that motion. Stated there.
Have a motion,
I'll second it.
motion and second. Okay, roll call vote, Amy, please.
Stone,
Yes.
Snyder,
Yes.
Smith,
No.
Wagner,
No.
Maloney.
Yes. Okay, motion to approve submitting of comments regarding proposed French Creek National Wildlife Refuge.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Motion and second, all in favor?
Aye.
No, not in favor? Okay, no old business. Brings us to upcoming meetings will be July 6th. Supervisors work session at 6:30 PM and July 6th also the supervisors monthly meeting following the work session at 7:30 PM. This time we'll start with supervisors comment. We'll start with you, Gary.
Sure, well, I'm gonna miss Chief Denzel. He was a fantastic chief, a good law enforcement officer and friend. But he says his time is over, so his time is over. And just be safe, enjoy the summer. We wait a long time for the sunshine, be safe and enjoy it. And that's all I would say.
Thank you, Gary. Dave?
I just wanted to say thank you for moving forward with beautifying the township. One of the things that I went to a long time ago was a seminar on how to make your community look nicer. And we thankfully had Bill Dare develop a landscape ordinance. And I mean, nobody wants to plant a tree. All these developers, nobody wants to but if you push them to make it look nice, they'll make it look nice. You know, if you got an ordinance that requires it, they'll do that. Now, sometimes you get the medical center and things like that, they like it to look nice, but like Walmart, some place like that, they'll get away with whatever they can get away with. So the township has to provide the lead. We've got to be the visual part of people driving around. And I can't tell you how many people have come up to me and said, well, your roundabout is just not very attractive, because when you compare it to Sagertown, it really is not attractive. So I'm so thankful that we're moving forward with that, and hopefully we can do the banner thing, and hopefully we can get people to help fund it, and we'll see where that goes. But I'm all excited about it, and I'm Chief Tetzel, you know I loved you, and man, we had a great time all the years I've worked with him. We are now at a crucial junction of what Vernon Township is going to do for police protection. And we're going to be discussing it, I'm sure, in the next 60 to 90 days, but it's going to be interesting to see where this thing moves forward. And that's all I have.
Thank you, Dave. Fritz?
I also want to comment about our chief there retiring. I want to thank him for his 26 years of service. I've gotten to know Randy in the last, I guess, 7 years now. And I've found him always to have his door open, real receptive to any questions and comments you had, and he's been a great person for Vernon Township. And we will miss him, and again, thank you. And the other comment I wanted to make is about the resolution and ordinance that we passed tonight on the volunteer firefighters, the property tax rebate, the earned income tax forgiveness. And I just think, Vernon, we're being progressive. I said, I think last month too, I think we're the first township and things like that up in this area to take action on this and making it a reality. And it's just great to offer this. Hopefully we get some new firefighters also and keep the ones we have a little more satisfied. And that's all I have.
Thank you, Fritz. Greg?
Well, Fritz took everything, but the ordinance for the firefighters, that's well deserved, well earned. I'm glad we're going to be kind of the forefront, get ahead of that as soon as we can. That and with Randy's retirement, Randy and I go way back many, many years, probably when I was getting in trouble in West Main Township. So, great guy, maybe bought a car off. Right, so I hope he enjoys his retirement. I'm sure I'll still see him around. And what Dave said with beautification of the roundabout, they do kind of look like Charlie Brown trees around there. I would expect them to flourish a little more than what they did. So we're kind of acting quick on that, thanks to Bruce Law here, the old supervisor, brought it to our attention. So we're going to try and do something to get it looking a little better right away, and then maybe something long-term, banners or options are limitless, but when you're held to the standard of what Sagertown's all the time, it's tough shoes to fill. That's all I've got.
Thank you, Greg. I'd like to thank Armstrong Utilities for being here and televising our meetings this evening, and the Meadville Tribune for covering it. And also like to wish Randy the best in his retirement. Randy, since he started here, 26 years, definitely well deserved, and enjoy it, Randy. So, and then with the rebates and forgiveness for the firefighters, that's well deserved. That's the least we can do. I wish we could have done something earlier, but our hands were tied. And like Fritz said, we're kind of the forerunners in the county with this. So I hope that other townships and municipalities can take our lead and do this. So with that, I'd like to ask for a motion to adjourn. Second. All in favor? Aye. Meeting adjourned. Thank you.